Hey guys, so this is going to be part 2 of my postpartum when I came home life after delivery. On the first part, I'm talking about pretty much what I had to deal with, my body and everything, and my emotions. This I want to talk about him, what I had to deal with my son. The first week after and maybe a little after that. So I went to the hospital to be induced on Sunday, and I delivered him on Monday, and then I went home on Wednesday. So with the health system with where I delivered, they have this thing where they want a nurse to come to your home in the next day or next couple days after you go home to check on you, check on the baby, make sure everything's going okay. So she came on that Thursday, or like the next day after I went home. And, she checked on me, she checked on him, checked his weight and his length and all that. And pretty much she was saying that his bilirubin level was higher than what they wanted it to be, based on his weight and his age. His bilirubin level was too high. So, and those levels are considered, when they're too high, it's considered to have jaundice. So he would have yellowing of the skin and of the eyes, and he was a little yellow. His eyes were a little yellow. Not so much that I have really noticed it, but then when she pointed it out, I was like, yeah, a little bit. So she was saying that his level was a little bit too high, just like she said, just right outside of the comfort zone where they want it to be. And she's like, I want you to be, it's better safe than sorry. So I want you to call your pediatrician, give them the numbers that I gave you, and see what they want you to do. So that's what I did. So I called the pediatrician. He said, we do recommend you taking your child to the emergency room. So that's what we had to do. Pack up, go to the emergency room. So we get to the emergency room, and they were pretty much saying, we'll give you these options on what we can do. So they'll draw his blood, test that to see where his level is at that moment, see if it's gotten any better or if it's gotten any worse or if it stayed the same. So the options were, we could admit him to the hospital, put him in, I guess, an incubator that has this blue light that they would shine on the baby for X amount of time so that he would get better. And lower his levels, or like if it was pretty high. Or the better option is they could send you home with this little, I guess it's like a, what do they call it? I don't know, just send you home with some medical equipment that comes with like a smaller portion of that light. And it was pretty cool. Because that's the option that that they gave us, because they said his levels did come back down a little bit. They said he is a little yellow, but they said he does need to use a light, but they'll just send you home. You use it and then go to the doctor the next day. They'll check his levels again, see if he needs to be on it. So pretty much they're just going to monitor it really closely. So that's what we did. So we got him home, put him on the light. So it's pretty much this machine, and it's this, I wish I had took a picture. I mean, I have some pictures, but you can't really see how it's made. But it's like this, it was like a flat sheet, but you could roll it up around the baby and put Velcro it down and just pretty much wrap it right around him. And they want you to keep him on that like as much as possible. If you can feed him in it, feed him in it. If you could change him in it, change him in it. But they were like, if you need to take him off for that, take him off to feed him, put him back in it. Let him sleep in it, whatever. So that's what we did. And it was pretty uncomfortable for him, obviously. I guess the weight, because he was so small. He was born at 4 pounds, 7 ounces. So he's really small. And it was a small light, but it was still kind of big for him. So I have pictures. I'll share a picture so you can see. He didn't really like it. So a lot of times I had to just wrap him in it and hold him so that he would go to sleep, or so that he would feel more comfortable. But he was on that for a day, like a full day, and then we went back to the doctor. They drew his blood, you know, they checked him out or whatever, checked his level, and said that everything was okay, and they want him to stay on the light. Because it's obviously been working. They're like, we just want him to stay on the light for a little bit longer, see how that works out. So pretty much at this time, it was the weekend, so I went back that Monday, and pretty much everything was fine. And the thing about that is, like, they want you to, you know, as a new mom, they want you to get rest and get rest and rest. And I'm like, how am I supposed to get rest? It's like, you know, I have a newborn baby, needs to be fed, needs to be changed like crazy, he's eating like crazy. You know, I'm up and down, I don't know what to do, I'm nervous, I'm looking at him every 2 seconds, you know, making sure everything's okay. And, you know, I'm trying to get some rest. And then it's like, then this happens and I have to go to the emergency room. I'm panicking. We're in the emergency room for a very long time. And then we finally get home and then try to get some more rest. And it's just like, but you have to check on him, make sure he's on the light. And I'm just like, I'm exhausted. So it's like, I don't know. But yeah, so he did have jaundice, which is very common. So we just had to pretty much tackle that before anything got worse. And they were saying, you know, just feed him. They said you can clear some of the bilirubin out of his system if he eats. Like, he'll eat it, he'll pee it out, poop it out. So like, keep feeding him. And he eats a lot. He eats, I mean, even still, he eats every hour to 2 hours. And so I mean, it was a lot in, a lot out. So I guess he was clearing it out. But pretty much that was the only issue that he dealt with. But it wasn't bad. It was just a little stressful, because who wants to come home, have their newborn baby, everything's great, life is good, and then you have to go to the ER and sit there for hours and hours and hours. So, but yeah, something you have to do. But yeah, I just want to share that with you guys. Let me know what other type of videos you would like to see about new mommies, about anything. I'm here to answer questions, whatever. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.